Hey, Christoph Trapp here. Thanks for tuning in. I want to talk about asking questions the Sandler way. And so the Sandler way, officially, I was introduced of this by Dave Carruthers. He's the CEO of Vox Pop Me. But unofficially, I've actually ran across this model before. I just didn't know that it was called the Sandler way. So I was happy to dive into asking questions the Sandler way because interestingly, my entire career has been about asking questions. You know, grew up as a journalist, content marketer, now a content strategist and implementer. So definitely was interested to learn more about what this was about. Never thought of myself truly as a salesperson, so to speak, but who isn't in sales one way or another. So the Sandler Way, this is a really good book. I give it 4 stars. Antonio Garrido wrote this version, this book right here. And the reason I'm giving it 4 stars as opposed to 5 is it's just every once in a while, I'm not necessarily a huge fan of let's call it the flippantness of the author. Like it's a little flippant here and there, and I don't think it's necessary, but I know some other reviews also mentioned that. I don't think it necessarily undermines the value of the entire book, but it does certainly, touch my experience of reading the book. Lots of good stuff in there. I know it's about asking questions as opposed to just, throwing up your product features and all those different things. So it's a really, really good reminder on how to do that. I really would recommend the book. It's available on Amazon as a Kindle version. There's also the audiobook version, paperback, and an audio CD. So I, of course, got the Kindle version so I can dive right in and just check it out. Asking questions, I still would highly recommend it. 4 stars as opposed to my commonly given out 5 stars. It's just because of the flippant language. But, it's written in it's laid out in a very reader-friendly way. So guess what? When I see some of that language happening, I can just skip ahead, right? Like there was one example, you could do this, and it just goes into this hypothetical baloney for like a long paragraph, and then it goes, or you can ask. Well, I don't need to read that out, that sentence, that paragraph, to understand that I should ask. So, but it's still a good read. It's a fantastic read. Learn a lot. Especially, I would recommend it if you have been in sales for a long, long time and you're getting tired of chasing leads, knocking on doors, and being turned down. So something to keep in mind, asking questions the Sandler Way. There's other books in that series as well. Check them out. I'm Christoph Trapp, and thanks for joining me.